It's wALT Lollapalooza 2014, and I am joined by Meg Myers. Meg,
Hi.
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So
Good.
it's just getting underway. Have you taken anything in yet, or are you just starting, just beginning your Lollapalooza experience?
Just starting.
Awesome.
Yeah. But we've been on tour for like 2 weeks, so it kind of feels like we've been going.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So I listened to the EP, Make a Shadow. Awesome.
Thank you.
If I were to use a word to describe it, I might use intense.
Oh, thank you.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
It all comes from just life experiences, and I'm really emotional.
Apparently.
But you know, like me and my producer, we just collaborate well, and
Right.
you know, he helps pull out those things from me, which is, I think, really hard for a producer to do with an artist. You know, like to really be able to,
Sure.
like, yeah.
Especially the stuff. You mentioned your life experiences. You've had a pretty interesting time growing up, moved around a lot. Do you think that that played a lot into finding some stability or, you know, creating the inspiration for a lot of your music?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I moved around a lot and just like went through a lot of crap.
Yeah.
You know, like, but everybody does in their own way. But I just like at a pretty early age, just like needed to find some sort of outlet to, you know, to get out of, let it all out and get out of reality. And yeah.
Sure. Now, you spent a chunk of time growing up in Tennessee. What kind of stuff did you listen to growing up?
Well, so I was in Tennessee until I was like 5.
Oh,
and then,
sorry.
no, because I think it says, you know, but
I had read a little later than that, but that's...
yeah, no, I mean, I was in Tennessee till I was 5. I lived in Toledo, Ohio for 8 years.
Okay.
I lived in Florida for 8 years, but like throughout all of that moving around, like my dad has always been in Tennessee, and
Okay.
like that's been...
So it's kind of been base?
Yeah, that's where I consider like my stability, like my home, and my dad's still there, and but I grew up listening to so many different like styles of music. It's insane. Like a lot of classic rock
Right.
from my parents, which is like my favorite. Those are like my biggest influences
Like who?
too.
Who's your go-to classic rock artist?
Dire Straits, Sting, The Police.
Right.
You know, Heart is a big one. So all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, yeah. But so I listened to a lot of that. I listened to a lot of country. I still love country. Like everything that I listen to, I feel like has nothing to do with my music, but it does. You know,
Sure.
it really does. Like the structure, it has definitely influenced my writing.
It builds
like,
who you are.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing I think about Nashville and Tennessee, for that matter, is that people think of it as country, but
Yeah.
my experiences with Nashville has been it's really just music town. I mean, and it's all about enjoying good music.
Yeah. I think it's becoming more and more like that too,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah.
You also mentioned hooking up with Dr. Rosen. How did that come about?
I met him when I was like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, and like, well, his manager at the time found me on MySpace. I had some like acoustic songs, and then he was trying to get us to meet up, and finally ended up meeting up with him, and just it was just like we just clicked and we started working, and I waitressed for years, you know, still just to like support.
Sure.
But I pretty much just like put everything, all of my time aside from that, into just working with him, and we ended up making an EP. But yeah, it was crazy, and we just kind of developed over the years.
It's a perfect marriage because you can't really put it
Yeah.
into a box. And I love
Thank
that.
you.
You know, it's like you can't say, well, this is hip hop. He's done a lot of remixes and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
You can't say that it's country. You can't say that it's just rock. It's its own animal. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
I mean, and there are people that they have a hard time with that because they need to, you know, compartmentalize everything. But
Yeah.
you've had success with Desire. It's an awesome track.
Thank you.
It's very brooding.
Yeah.
How did that song come about? What's it about?
When I came into the studio that day, it was like it was a really magical day. I had been listening to like a lot of Nine Inch Nails and Jewel, which was one of my favorite artists, and a lot of Enya, and like I had this sort of idea of how something I wanted to make, and then he started making Desire. I don't know what started. I don't remember if it was the bass or what, but it just came together so fast, and we didn't even talk about what we wanted to make that day. It was just like we went in and I feel like we were just one mind a lot of times when we go in, and it was like what I wanted just happened, and it it was just really magical.
One of those songs that just kind of unfolded rather quickly, and it's just like, that's it.
Yeah, it was. There was like it was just such a powerful feeling in the studio that day, and just like I don't know, it came together so fast, and the melodies and the lyrics even. It was like, I don't know how to explain what it's about. I know that it's like it's about sex, but it's so much more
I think
than
it's
that.
more than that.
You can tell, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's a depth in a lot of your songs. Head, Heart. Love how it you kind of get lulled at the beginning of the song, but then it kind of turns the corner and wow.
Yeah.
Like
Thank
that's
you.
emotion, and that's what music should be, right?
Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
Well, so you actually play tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
so you have all of today to kind of enjoy. Is there anybody that you're looking forward to seeing?
I don't get to enjoy because I'm going to play tonight too.
Right.
I'm playing. I'm opening for Kate Nash tonight at
That's gonna be awesome.
City Winery.
Yeah.
And then and then today I'm gonna be doing a lot of interviews
this.
and like interviews. No, I'm just kidding. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of this today. Yeah, and then I have to go to sound check, so
Right.
I never get to.
Well,
I never get to do anything fun.
if there was somebody that you could see, who would it be? I mean,
I want to see Blood Orange so bad, but he's
Yeah.
playing tomorrow,
Right.
I think, and I think I might be able to catch him. Or wait, is he playing today? I don't.
we'll have to double check the schedule.
But yeah,
But isn't that funny that you actually have more time to do things on the day you're actually performing than the day you're not?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, after the performance tomorrow, I think I'll be pretty much free.
Yeah.
So
cool.
maybe
Well,
I'll see some stuff.
You're going to have a great time. It's always a great festival. And thanks for taking the time to hang with us here because
thank you for having
I
me.
love the EP and I can't wait to hear more. Is there more coming?
Oh yeah, we're finishing the album. We're close to being done, and we'll release it early next year.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Awesome. Well, continued success. Thanks
Yeah,
for hanging.
thank you.
Meg Myers.